everyone, it's Radhika. Welcome back to DataZard. Today we are going to be solving Workout Wednesday 2022 Week 8 challenge, and this time we are going to be solving this impossible puzzle. In my last week, we already did this quick mode, not so quick mode, and longer version, but this time I'm going to show how to solve this impossible puzzle. I'm going to be starting with the same Power BI file that we used for the longer version. So if you have not watched my previous video, then please do watch it as this is an extension to the previous one. And without further ado, let's jump into our Power BI desktop. This is the dashboard that we created in the previous week. And now I'm going to use the same measures and build on top of this one. To create the slicer, first we need to get the values that needs to be used in the slicer. And for that, I'm going to create a custom table using the enter data option. In here, the first column would be option, then the option value, and lastly, the color for that option. So first we have project category. And in project category, we have multiple values like digital intelligence, and the color for this one is this one. Then again, we have project category as human resources, and the color for human resources, I've used the same colors that are used in the challenge, but you can choose whatever you wish. Then again, for project category, we have IT, and the color for IT is this one. We have production and quality, and the color is this one. I'm using the hex codes here. Next, I'll do it for project manager, then project stage. And in the challenge, it is given project risk, but essentially in the background, it seems like they have used project priority. So that's what I'm going to use. I'll fill out this table quickly. I will call this table as slicer options. And now I will just duplicate this. Now I will go to this options table, slicer options table that we created and get the options here and convert it into a slicer rather than a table. Now we need to know what user option is being selected. So for that, I'm going into key measures and create a new measure. And I will call this selected slicer option. That will be equal to selected value of the options in the selected slicer options table. And now when I bring this, currently it is blank because none of these options are selected. If I select project category, then I see project category. If I select project manager, then I get project manager. So now we know that what option the user is selecting. I'll remove this card as we don't need this anymore. Now we need to change the color of this conditional formatting depending on what values are available in these options. So, like for project manager, we have six different managers. So, for each of these six different managers, there should be one separate color. And to do that, I'm going to use the same logic that we used in this table. So, when the mark start and end date is equal to 1, then we're going to use a switch function. Again, if you have not watched the previous video, then please do watch it, as I have explained very clearly why we are using and how we are using the switch function here. So I'm going to be replicating this logic again, and this time I will call this one as slicer option color measure. For this, I will again use the same logic. If my mark start and end date is equal to 1, then we use switch, and then we do true. Now in this switch, we have to write if the selected slicer option is equal to project category. Ensure that you write it in the same way as you have used in this option table, as that's what we are comparing with. If it is equal to slicer category, then again we need to use a switch function. So I'm going to use switch, then true, and then this switch is for choosing different color for each of these categories. So we can use min, max, any, because all the values are same for a particular project. So if the project category is equal to digital intelligence, these are case sensitive, so please do keep this in mind. Then we're going to use the same color that we have set up in this color. So I'm just going to copy that and paste it here. Similarly, I'm going to just copy this and change the values. So we have four different categories. So I'm going to copy this 4 times. And the next one is human resources. And the color for that is this one. Then comes IT. So I'll replace this with IT, and the color is this. And last is production and quality, and the color for that is this hex code. So now my switch for categories, like the inner switch, is complete. So I have closed the brackets, and now we need to give the next switch option for the upper switch. So for that, again, when our selected slicer option is equal to project priority this time, then we again need to start an inner switch, do true, and like this one, we'll have when the minimum of priority in project priority is equal to high, then we need to show the color as this hex code. And I'm going to copy this and paste it 3 times, as we have 3 different project priorities: high, medium, and low. For medium, the color is this one, and for low, the color is this one, and for medium, the color is this one. And now my inner switch is complete, so I'll close the bracket, and then we're going to again give this statement, because this is for the upper switch, and this time the project manager, so the slicer option is project manager, and then we are again going to start switch, true, and give the manager options. So when the minimum of project manager is equal to, and we're going to give the project manager name. If this is the manager, then the color is this one. And I'm going to copy the values for the other managers as well and paste it here. Let's just format this. So what we are saying is when the manager is Gerardo, then this is the color. When manager is Helen, then this is the color. So I have included all the different managers that were there in the project manager column. And I will now close the inner switch bracket. Then again, we have to do this for project stage. And for project stage, again, we are going to use switch true when the minimum stage is equal to plan. Then we give the color for plan. Then I'm just going to copy this when it is ideate, then color for ideate. And when the stage is execute, then we display the color for execute. And now all of these are complete. I will close the switch bracket. And I will also have to close this switch bracket because all our slicer options are also included. So I'll close this switch and then we need to close this if statement. It looks complicated because it has multiple switch statements, but the logic is very simple. We first check what is the selected slicer option, and amongst those options, we then see what color needs to be set up for that particular option. Now that this is done, this is the full measure. And now we're going to use this measure for conditional formatting. Ensure that you use the same color which you have provided in this slicer options table in this measure so that it is consistent. Otherwise, your colors will not be consistent. Now in here, I will go to format settings, select this matrix visual, and in cell elements, for conditional formatting, instead of the colors measure, we're going to use this slicer option color measure and click on OK. Once we do this, if you see here, when we have project manager, then we get project manager values. Let me just expand these as well. Now, if we select project priority, then our colors shift to what priority colors are, then for project stage and the project category. So we have now done conditional formatting as per the option that is being chosen. We need to update this as well so that this legend displays what is present as values in these conditional formatting. So for project category, we want project category values. For project manager, we want project manager values. And to do that, what I'm going to do is I will replace this project stage with the option values that we have used in the option table. And now let's just format this. I'll reduce the size to this so that it's properly visible. For background color, we want just the white color. Grid, we don't want horizontal grid lines. And for conditional formatting, this square value. So what I have done is I was using square, and for conditional formatting, we are again going to use field value, and the field value would be from the color that we specified in this options table and click on OK. And once we do that, we see this is for digital intelligence, then for human resources and all the projects. If I change to manager, then I get all the manager values and their corresponding colors. If I choose priority, then I get all the priority values and their corresponding colors. Let us just increase the size of this canvas so that all of this fits in really well. So instead of this, I will do the height as 850 and I will move this down a little. And this is how the final visual looks like. And we have completed that impossible puzzle. So the week 8 was a challenge that I did in two parts. First one was the longer version and this one is the impossible version. If you like the content, then please do subscribe as this really means the world to me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one.